McFadden. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hawks.
Well, Tommy, we lost a bet to my dad. Guess we owe him barbecue as we start things off this morning. I will give my father credit. It's Baylor's won the last 4 games against the Razorbacks. I watched them play in Little Rock years ago, watched them lose in the NCAA tournament in Indianapolis, watched them lose in Waco, and then Saturday night, watched the game in South Bend, Indiana, because the game in Dallas was way more entertaining than the game I went to, at least from a competitive nature and a competitive standpoint. And now we owe my dad barbecue.
Well, if we have to go eat barbecue with your dad, that's not the worst loss I've ever taken, I promise.
No.
That's a pretty good loss in my category. Clay, go ahead.
And I was going to say, the thing I have to give my dad credit for is there are a lot of fans out there that would be vindictive to their firstborn son as a rival of sorts. But he didn't say anything. He didn't see anything after the Indianapolis loss or the win in the Elite Eight. He is the most humble sports fan, even when his team beats Arkansas or Alabama, who my stepmom is a fan of. She grew up in Huntsville. Never takes it out on any kids.
So what happened to you?
What happened to? What do you mean? What happened to me?
Oh, if I've seen when you win, you're not a great winner.
Oh no,
you're not humble. You run your mouth. So what happened?
The apple fell far from the tree, I guess. And unlike Clay Henry, the apple did not fall far from the tree. Clay's going to be with us now on Mondays from 9 to 10, and then with us Fridays from 10 to 11. Clay, how was Friday without me, man? What is the best hour of radio have you ever been on?
Well, I told Tommy that it was pleasant. So it wasn't the best hour. I did 2 hours because you
2
weren't
hours,
there.
yeah. Even better.
Bonus.
It's going to be hostile today, right? It's going to be a little hostile.
I don't know. We'll just see how you do.
We'll see how it goes.
I mean, you'll see how many times you say stuff like, French benefits and folders. We'll just see.
Yeah.
I mean, it just you've done better of late.
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
Are paying off. Yeah.
Yeah. I've thought about this thing, Tommy. There's no business that I know that lets somebody take their vacation in 1-day increments. There's just not any. It's just not allowed.
I'm special, Clay. Come on.
You pick the off season, and you say you can take a week here or 2 weeks there or whatever, but you don't get to take 1 day off, through a fall when we're all busy. So, Tommy, I don't know what to say, but you've lost control of the ship.
There's no question about that. That's our first hot take.
Nobody does that.
Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Next time we're going to send him to Notre Dame. We're going to send him in a camper. We'll make you.
Yes, me and Zach together.
We'll have some slide outs up there, beautiful Brinkley Model Z or something from Chris and Lee J, and get you set up there next to Touchdown Jesus. It's all brought to you this morning by Wheels RV. Again, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV. Clay, sometimes you have to water the thoroughbreds, but even the quarter horses, like I, need a bucket of oats every now and then. So sometimes you got to let them, go, get a little run in the pasture and water them up a little bit.
What do you do with mules?
Whip them. That doesn't work either, though. See, Tommy, what Tommy's saying.
Rent him out. He's a rented mule.
Yeah, what Tommy is saying, Clay, is that I'm a stallion, and all I have to do.
Not what Tommy said.
He has a thoroughbred that he keeps in the stable, and that he wants to run the race each and every day from 9 to 11 a.m. And in order to do so, in order to have the most success each and every weekday, you got to let him have fun every once in a while. You got to let him roam free in the wilderness a little bit.
I've subscribed to some high-end leadership blogs.
Seminars.
And there was one recently about how do you handle high achievers? There was some, you have to give a little bit, but you're not a high achiever. I mean, it's just so, Tommy, just rein him back in now.
Got to pull him back a little bit.
It's football season. There's no days off.
Well, we might have to pull back Eli Drinkwitz a little bit after their win this weekend against a putrid Oklahoma team that it took every lucky scenario to play out possible for Missouri to achieve victory. We got to have to rein in Lane Kiffin a little bit after the biggest win he's won in his college football coaching career. They dominate Georgia, not offensively, but defensively. It was cool to hear him discuss about Monty Kiffin, his late father, and the impact after they got drilled last year and how we're going to beat them this year. So I thought that was a cool tie-in. But, guys, I think I want to start with my hot take here on Hot Take Monday. We got to go back to divisions. I mean, it is insane right now to look at how the SEC could play out. There's 3 teams that have 1 conference loss, Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Texas. Hopefully Texas will have 2 conference losses following this weekend. But you think about Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, Missouri, and LSU, all with 2 conference losses. Guys, we're heading for madness down the stretch. Now, I like that. I like the fact that the college football, not just SEC championship, the college football playoff, we have no idea who's going to win it all. But we have to have some structure, in my opinion, in the SEC. And I think we're just heading for a giant car pileup after November the 30th, final SEC games of the year.
Yeah, I think if you had divisions right now, you'd have 2 messes. So I don't think it really matters, Ty. I mean, I think that if you can split it any way you want, and you'd have the same thing. You know, you'd have if you're in a division, you're trying to find 1 team, but now you're trying to find 2 teams, and any of these teams are all right, and then the other 2 teams that are next, they're going to go into the playoffs. So I don't think it's as big a mess as you think.
I don't know what's going to play out in these last 3 weeks of college football. I think that the division setup would have been better. Now, obviously, from the jump, we've got some pushback on that from you, Clay. Tommy, where do you stand on this? Do you think they will even reconsider the idea if it plays out like as crazy as it looks like it's going to be?
No.
I know we have the 6 tiebreaker scenarios that we've read off before, but I think they should seriously reconsider it just after even a year.
Well, I mean, everybody's moving away from that, and they may someday move back, but I don't see divisions re-entering. Now, the one thing that could bring it back is trying to eliminate cost and trying to keep travel down, but I don't think there's any appetite at all right now in basketball or in football. And baseball's the only sport, I guess, that of the big ones we cover, Clay, that still has divisions.
So the problem with divisions is that you could end up, you've got, 16 teams, and you can end up with 4 or 5 teams that all deserve to go to the playoffs, and you can't pick one of them, because they're all lined up. But I don't think we're to a point right now where it just makes for some entertaining last 3 weeks. I think then we'll know. It's just like what we had with COVID. Everything changes so dramatically week by week that it will shake out eventually. And unfortunately, the schedules don't have balance.
Yeah,
and that's what Ole Miss's schedule is. They may not get in because their schedule is so weak. And we talked about how weak their schedule was before the season started, and thought that would make for an easier path because they're going to go 11-1. Well, they're not. They may lose 3 games, but if they lose 2 games, it's because of strength of schedule that they're going to be locked out, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we'll see how it plays out again after November 30th, final SEC games of the season, and we'll see who's representing the Southeastern Conference for the SEC championship game in Atlanta. All right, on a Hot Take Monday, it's time to get into our opening drive.
I didn't expect them to play that much zone. I knew they'd play zone. Yeah. And the only reason they stayed in it, we were so bad that why would you get out? But we had our chances. We just got to learn.
Great offenses in college football now coupled with a great defense. And they're still alive with an eye toward the college football playoffs. Kick to win it.
Would like to return back to Auburn if that's at all possible.
I'll turn this bus around.
Honoring all who served this Veterans Day.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Hey, how about Army checking in at number 16 in the AP poll on Veterans Day? Hopefully they're able to beat Notre Dame here in a couple. I forget when that game is, but guys, again, there's tons of college football stuff from the weekend. We're obviously going to talk about Arkansas and Baylor as well, but do want to again thank every veteran who has served in any of our national forces on this day, 11/11. So that is a big thing for us. I know we've got a lot of friends, family that have done that in some way, shape, or form. Just want to make sure we get that from the jump here this morning.
Yep, just sent my father-in-law Jack Lucas a message, wishing him a happy Veterans Day. He was a Navy man, and proud of his service. And my grandfather was in the reserves. I never served. My dad didn't serve, but thankful. My grandfather on my mom's side was in World War II. So, Clay, I know it was part of your family's background too. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful they did it so that we live in the country we live in today.
All my dad's brothers, I think 4 of them were in the Navy. So I heard all the stories about eating bad food on ships. So I guess that's a constant. And they were the bakers. That's what they chose to do. They all were bakers on ships. So they said the good news is the baker eats first.
Well, guys, let's jump into what happened in Dallas, Texas this week. And my dad and my brother were in attendance, got a chance to see it. I know a lot of us watched it on TV. It's kind of interesting with no Arkansas football game on. You still had an Arkansas sport that you took in on Saturday night, but you didn't, again, have a football game to watch. We got one early this Saturday at 11 o'clock on ABC, of course, against the Texas Longhorns, which we'll get into plenty coming up this week. But three's an issue, Tom. That was something we talked about before the game. This team, at least through the first couple of games, can't find the basket from the long ball.
Yeah, and does that mean you shoot less? Does that mean you shoot more and try to shoot your way out of it? Clay, I don't know how you fix this, if it's just getting in the gym and putting up shots, but from distance, this team is a 20% shooting team right now. It's a real struggle from behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, they're probably putting up enough shots, Tommy, in the gym. They need to play games, and that's the issue, is that they need to play games and see how things go 5-on-5 against another team's defense. And I'm going to guess that their first 2 months have been a lot of work against man-to-man, because now you remember a lot of these guys were played at Kentucky. They were the number 1 3-point shooting team, by a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't think they believe that they've got a bad shooting team. They brought in John L. Davis to shoot threes, and his hand has been hurt, was in a cast, and it probably atrophied, and he's getting his strength back. I think that, in time, he's going to be a guy that can shoot threes. I think Flan can. We think Brazil can. But what they need is a low post presence, so you don't have to rely on threes. And if you've got Jonas Adu, down on that block, and he's got a mid-range game, I think everything looks different. And that, to me, is what they miss. And, everybody gets focused on 3-point shooting, and Baylor made one more 3 than they did. Yeah. That's not the difference in the game. The difference in the game is points in the paint, defending the paint, and it's kind of like, watching a football game and you think, oh, we need to, get the passing game. No, you need to get your offensive line and line up and whip some people, just like Alabama did LSU Saturday night. Everything got well when they could run the ball, and then you can pass it if you want to. But they've got to be. And what did John Calipari tell us last week? If you don't have a low post presence, your team's a fraud. And that's what I saw Saturday night. Just, Adu's not ready yet. He will be. He's coming back from foot surgery. He's still limping around a little bit. But he's their beast. He's their guy that you put down there. And then I think then you can start. He'll pass it too. Then you can go inside out, and it's a lot easier 3 when the ball's coming straight to you instead of you taking a pass from the side or you trying to do it off the dribble like Flan was doing. But they're not far off. That's a good team, and Baylor struggled in some of the same ways that Arkansas. I think both teams will be a lot better in 6 weeks than they are right now.
And to your point, Adu played just over 9 minutes, but was 0 for 1 from the field. The O's not the problem; the 1 probably is. And if he's going to play a fourth of the game, I'd certainly like to see him get more looks at the basket. Obviously, one's on the very low end of the side. I don't know how many looks he should have in the course of 20 some odd minutes, and I don't know what his minute limit will be when he does get that foot fully healthy. But obviously, he needs more looks than what he took the other night.
He's their best interior defender too. I mean, it's just his presence on the floor changes stuff. I mean, it's a big man's game. I mean, you like guards, but if you don't have a big man, things just kind of disintegrate, both on defense and offense. I don't think that Z's the answer. I don't think he's the guy that's going to score on the block. I don't think Brazile is the guy. I think they're going to get some tips and they're going to get some threes. They need somebody in there. I mean, I looked out on the floor one time and they had two guys in the corner, two guys on the wing, and a guy at the top, and there wasn't anybody that could set their foot in the paint. And I mean, Baylor had them right where they wanted them.
Any concern? I mean, that was it Jeremy Roach? The speed he blew by some of Arkansas's guards more than once, several times in the game. Anything to worry about there? Is it you just Baylor's a good team? He's a great guard. I mean, that was a little concerning with the speed. Did you think we have at guard? That guy went right by the defender several times.
Yeah, I thought there was a stretch where everybody was fatigued on the floor, and that affects your first step on defense. I think he's going to go by a lot of guys. I don't think everybody's got a Roach. Not everybody's got a Wagner or
Flan.
or a Davis. And those guys are going to make you look bad. But it's points in the paint. I think it was 38 to, it wasn't single digits, but it was
38-28. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. There was a difference there that has to change. There wasn't much difference on the 3-point. That wasn't how they lost the game. It's what everybody focused because Baylor's playing a zone, and it took you a little while to make some threes. I think that the way to beat a zone is inside out. You've got to get it in there, and that's why a couple of guys that have mid-range games will take you out of a zone just as quick as the guy shooting threes.
Mm-hmm. And that is your opening drive this morning. Make sure if you know our buddy Ethan Adamson, you shoot him a text. He's happy coming off a 28-27 Pittsburgh Steelers victory over the Washington Commanders. I know he's pumped about that. Steelers sitting at 7-2 right now. I know our friend Phil Elson is happy as well. You'll be happy if you let Ethan and First Financial Mortgage handle any of your mortgage needs, whether it's refinancing, whether it's doing it for the first time like I did a few months ago. Ethan is the best lender in town. Give him a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Looking here at the Bet Saracen app, that line for the Arkansas-Texas game has been around 14 or so, pretty much, because they've had that line up for a while now. That's been a preseason line. But now that we're at game week, guys, Bet Saracen's got the Longhorns favored by 16.5 right now. There's been some movement there, over-under at 57.5. Clay, are you surprised that it's more than 2 touchdowns, almost 2 touchdowns and a field goal right now heading into the Arkansas-Texas week?
I mean, from the way I've seen Texas play this year, no, I'm not surprised. Arkansas has been up and down. I mean, I would not want to pick a line for this game because – what Arkansas has been like is Jekyll and Hyde. It's been a roller coaster. And but I would say that traditionally, Texas gets a lot of heavy betting. I mean, there's the big players, they like Texas. So no, I'm not surprised. I mean, it might go up more.
Texas won 49-17 at home in the Swamp this weekend. Currently, they do not have a top 25 team on the resume. Not that Arkansas would be that this weekend, but one of the things you look at, Arkansas has played good game, bad game, good game, bad game, good game, bad game all season long. Hopefully, they can string together a win, considering they played bad at home last time they were in Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium.
Yep, and I think this Saturday will be another great atmosphere. A lot of people will be in the Deer Woods, but I think it'll be a full house for this Saturday in the fall. Hey, if you're looking for tickets for this week's game and want to be there for the tailgating, the hog walk, hog town, running through the A, all the traditions that are there, go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com or the official resale partner with the university. That's SeatGeek.com for all the prime matchups that are left. Texas and Louisiana Tech, still tickets available right now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
So I mentioned, again, some of the SEC outcomes this weekend. I think it's really difficult to predict who is going to wind up in the SEC championship game. I know that Texas got the benefit of scheduling versus, say, Oklahoma, who came in the league at the same time. But, guys, even if you feel strongly about a certain team, you really have to look at who they played down the stretch. And that some teams have conference games all the way down the stretch, and then others – that horn?
I think that's in the background there at the Flash.
Okay, I got you.
We're about 30 yards from the railroad track.
Okay.
Copac.
I got you.
Rolling.
I got you.
Yeah. So, where were you headed there?
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
And got derailed.
Woo, woo. That's all you have to hear is woo, and it's over with. Yeah.
Easily distracted. Well, you missed the Fenceman Friday picks.
Did y'all pick for me or no?
No, we didn't pick for you. But in fact, we didn't even. We'd forgotten you weren't here. You know, but I mean,
poor showing.
I think we liked Georgia a lot. That didn't turn out too good.
Yikes! I would have picked Georgia.
I think we had a lot of LSU love. So
I would have picked LSU.
I picked Alabama.
Yeah, Clay did. So we'll do our Fenceman Friday picks again this week. Brought to you by the Fenceman. 782-3936. 479-782-3936. If you need anything involving a fence or a gate, the Fenceman can do it. The Fenceman, he ain't afraid of no work.
We thank you for everything you have done for us.
We can live in this country free. And it's so important that you guys know we don't forget. Honoring all who served this Veterans Day.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb pages for him.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Gives it away to Flan, left wing, three-pointer good!
This is the Morning Rush.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Are you tired of the overcrowded fitness centers? Would you like a fitness option where you can actually work out? Then let's hang out. The Hangout is Sportsman's newest fitness facility. It has an 8,000 square foot gym, indoor tennis, pickleball, and basketball with more sports coming soon. The Hangout offers group and individual training in the gym and boasts 3 active tennis pros to help you grow your game. Stop in today at 5400 Gary Street or thehangoutfs.com for more information. Be a part of something different. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics. 16 years in the industry. How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google or Yahoo it or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The best things never change, they just get better. Like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Choose from juicy charbroiled double cheeseburgers, melty hot ham and cheeses, or hand-breaded chicken tender wraps. 2 full-size favorites plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. There's no skimping in this bag. No junior burgers or tiny nuggies, just full-size goodness for big-time value. The $6.99 Original Bag, only at Hardee's. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Fans, it's Ty with the Morning Rush. Join me this Saturday from 6 to 8 a.m. at the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville for Arkansas Game Day. The $10 sale is backed by popular demand. Yes, take advantage of the $10 sales racks from 6 to 8 a.m. this Saturday at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. No limit. Anything on the rack, just $10. Come by and see Robert, Elizabeth, and Matthew this Saturday at the Stadium Shop on Razorback for their final $10 sale.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
And Jake Bates had himself a weekend.
From 58 to 10 the game. Bates just accept the upright. Ties it at 23.
So he sneaks ones in late in the fourth quarter, and then he follows it up by kicking a game winner for the Lions.
There's the snap, spot, kick away. It is up, and it is good. He got it. We're going to fly home on the wings of Jake Bates. Oh, baby. Good from 58. Good from 52. And that's good enough for a victory for the Detroit Lions.
So they went 26-23. Detroit takes it in Houston against the Texans. And, guys, you talk about a kid's life who's changed. I mean, at one point he was playing in, obviously not the NFL, a different football league, was here at college just a short while ago, and now he's one of the best kickers in the NFL, and he's had a couple big pits for one of the best teams in football this year.
A lot of fun to watch. You know, he's going to get to half of his games are going to be in a dome. Great life for a kicker. I mean, it's, he's going to kick one farther than 58 before this is over because he's got the leg. They don't just limp in either. I mean, he's got to, he crushed him. Of course, we saw him do kickoffs. But yeah, he's living the life, and he's on a really good team. So there's going to be meaningful kicks, and he may get to kick in the Super Bowl.
It'd be pretty cool to see all those Razorbacks represented on the NFC side if they made it there. Got close last season, falling to the San Francisco 49ers. And kind of like you're saying, Clay, he could be a big part of not just Super Bowl, but maybe making it to that this season.
someone's told me that they used to have some great kicking competitions in practice. When nobody's around, Cam Little and him, where they're going back there in no man's land and just firing them in from in the 60s. It's we thought it would be Cam Little on the national stage, but it's Bates, and that kicking is a fickle thing. It can go from you just as quick, but so far so good for him.
Yeah. As much mental as it is. It's kind of like pitching in baseball or a golf swing. It's just that muscle memory, that mechanic, that just getting that leg swing right and then understanding the different angles. But I think it's as much between the ears with those guys as it is the foot.
Well, whatever. I think Jake's mental facilities are intact right now, the way that he's been kicking the ball for the Lions so far this year. Arkansas basketball falls 72-67 in Dallas, Texas. Here's Cal after the game and some of their struggles.
I thought Adu was terrific and fought the whole time. There were some pick and roll issues we had, and they took advantage of it. Our bigs were not in sync yet where we'll be. But in the second half, we did some good stuff. We gave ourselves a chance. We pressed a little bit, showing, okay, maybe this is something we can do. It's what you're trying to do in these games. I mean, this is November. They're a top 10 team, and we come down and give ourselves a chance, and the kids did give us a chance to win.
I know Baylor, again, got smacked earlier this week to Gonzaga, and we can talk a little more about that setup, but they're kind of like Arkansas, where they're trying to figure out Roach, who you referenced earlier, Tommy. Remember, he was on that Duke team that beat you in the Elite Eight game years ago. He was also on that Duke team that lost in Fayetteville last year, so he is a college basketball traveler of sorts, and they went up against a veteran guard, and it didn't go well this weekend. But there's a lot of basketball to be played before even the conference games begin. Arkansas again fell to a top 10 opponent. We'll see what shakes out again this Wednesday as they take on Troy at home back here in Bud Walton Arena. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, so we played one NFL highlight there. How about another one? Kansas City for the win. It's like a 30-some-odd yarder in Arrowhead. Detroit's not a great I said Detroit. Denver's not a great football team. And, guys, you could say it's Taylor Swift. You could say it's the Kansas City Chiefs' talent. But whatever reason, luck is on their side this year. Several games have gone down to the wire, and they just keep figuring out how to win them.
So if you have Patrick Mahomes, luck will be on your side.
Yep.
Yeah. He creates some love. I walk in the door from playing golf yesterday, and this is the first thing my wife tells me. Kansas City blocked a kick. I mean, she doesn't know if it's pumped or stuff, but she pays attention to what the Chiefs do. Steve Taylor's there at the game. So she saw the block kick.
You heard Kevin Harlan's call. Let's compare that to the Denver call.
Snap, placement, kick on the way. It is blocked. I don't even know what to say. I really am at a loss for words. Hearts broken in Broncos country, no doubt.
And then, of course, the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus.
Lutz waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Lutz is kick. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. They're going to stay undefeated.
That is funny. That is the first thing that was out of her mouth.
Not how was your game? Did you have a good time? Chiefs won. They blocked a kick at the end.
Just immediately blurts that out. Here is one of
the details are unimportant. The result is all you needed to know.
I asked, did Taylor do it? Did she go down there and block the kick? No, she could have. She could have
on the wings of an angel.
She could have done
just
that.
Fluttered down there. Yeah.
Hey, if you're headed out for the game this weekend, maybe after the Arkansas-Texas game, roll on over to Sassy's. They'll also have John Calipari's coaches show there at the location off the Weddington exit. But if you're planning the tailgate, you need some of the Razor Packs. They can get those for you. Go to sassysbarbecue.com. It's going to be the happening spot. Plus, once the game's over, mid-afternoon lunch, early dinner, going to be great patio weather as well. Sassy's is the spot for that. 2 locations in Fayetteville. The original Red House on North College, and then, as I mentioned, where John Calipari Live will be just off the Weddington exit on Steamboat Drive. It's all at Sassy's. 2 locations in Fayetteville. Eat, drink, and be sassy.
All right, Clay's on with us. We hadn't talked a lot of Texas, Arkansas. We'll do that next when we return.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
You think you could weld 2 pieces of wood together?
Wood?
You well would. I was going to see how far you'd go with that.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page brand.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Honoring all who served this Veterans Day.
This is The Morning Rush.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
With everyday low prices on top brands, locally owned Jaeger's Ace Hardware is committed to offering real service with real savings. Our brand new Barling location is now open at 942 Fort Street. Get these red hot buys at all 5 locations. A 230-piece Craftsman Versa Stack Mechanics tool set, only $99. Milwaukee Select M12 and M18 tools and batteries, also $99. And Ace Reward members get super instant savings on select DeWalt and Craftsman tools and accessories. Find more everyday low prices online at JaegersHardware.com.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Guys, is this a safe space? Can I open up and share some feelings from the weekend with our Cart Path Social Morning Rush Daily Question? Am I
Maybe.
okay to do that?
Maybe.
Because I found myself
Depends on what it is.
in a very conflicted, deep state of emotional stress on Saturday night. Because I actually was kind of rooting for Oklahoma at the end of the Missouri game, and I was deeply conflicted. Deeply conflicted. So that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. Who are you rooting for at the end of that wild last 2 minutes? Because I kind of wanted Oklahoma to win, which goes deeply against every fiber of my being, Clay.
Well, so this kind of shows that there's a budding rivalry with Missouri. That's exactly because it's when you push aside, and I won't say hatred, but dislike for one team over more dislike of the other team, that it's you got, okay, here's the top 10 of the teams that I don't like the most, and you got Missouri slightly ahead of Oklahoma in your heart, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I have not ever liked, and it's really more about the fans than it is the program. But man, there's just something about Missouri. I mean, and just the way they win, and then the smugness of Drinkowitz after they win, like they had done something. The game was handed to you, dude, and just so smug about it. I mean, I don't know, but I found myself saying, what am I doing? What am I doing rooting for Oklahoma? I mean, I don't know.
You've lived here your entire life. I've lived here for 6 years. I'll never have the same hatred for Oklahoma you do. I was clearly cheering for Oklahoma. Like, no question in that game. I'll cheer for Oklahoma against Texas. Like, I don't think I'll have the same hatred and really deposition towards them that you do.
So were you watching the end? Well, you were traveling. So I don't know what you were doing.
I saw the end of the game.
Were you at the Rowdy Beaver? I don't know where you were.
We were at the Linebacker this weekend, but it was a cool experience. Notre Dame just creamed Florida State. But, Missouri. I mean, sorry, Oklahoma. That's who I was going for down the stretch. I'm annoyed by Missouri each and every year. They don't belong in the SEC. They're a Midwest school. They kick Arkansas's butt every year, which makes it more frustrating how that game plays out. I think they're like a 2-touchdown dog against South Carolina this weekend. So I know Drink said this after the game.
What does this do for your football team moving forward? I know you know about your team. You know about their demeanor. What does this do for you moving forward from now?
It gives us another win, keeps us in the playoff hunt. That's right, I said it, playoff hunt. MIZ.
Thanks, Coach.
They will be eliminated from the playoff hunt this weekend when they lose to the South Carolina Gamecocks in Columbia, South Carolina, the better Columbia of the two cities, in my opinion.
I've lost my maybe it's over there. I don't know. I've misplaced my my grid schedules. They've got South Carolina, Arkansas. They have Georgia. Tell me who Missouri has left.
Not Georgia. They got Mississippi State and Starkville.
Okay. Well,
they'll lose this weekend.
Well, so
I think they'll lose this weekend. Clay, do you think that
South Carolina? South Carolina probably can they do it 3 weeks in a row? So.
Now, it's a fair question.
What you're looking at is each week is who's got their quarterback, and as long as Missouri does not have Brady Cook, that they could have turnovers. I mean, it's just you just don't know. Things just don't go as well when you don't have your main guy. There's people that are rooting for Malachi Singleton to take over at Arkansas, and I'm just telling you, there's a reason why he's number 2. And
lose Clay?
I think we lost Clay. All right, we'll check back in with Clay a little bit. That is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Number 1, indoor destination for golf across Arkansas. Starting to get a little colder here in the natural state, but a lot of you still want to play golf. Well, you can do so at Cart Pass Social in Lowell. 122 Grant Place. If you want to type in the address on Google Maps, Waze, whatever you, give them a call at 479-487-3622. Corporate events, men's league, women's league, whatever you want to participate in, whether you're just a fan of golf or you just want to play every once in a while or you want to play weekly, you can do so at Cart Pass Social. Check them out at cartpathsocial.com. So might want to, we'll hold off on the Texas conversation for just a sec until we get Clay Henry back with us again. If you want to jump in as well, you could do so at 877-377-6963. You were asking me about the Missouri and Oklahoma game. Did I get a chance to watch it? I think I did my best, like on the flight back and leading up to it, to try and look at everything that happened this weekend. So Scott Strickland said that Billy Napier is going to be the Florida coach.
That was before the game, yeah.
Yeah, the vote of confidence. Ole Miss,
which can be the kiss of death, but I think it's the real thing now.
Yeah, Ole Miss got the biggest victory under Lane Kiffin in his tenure against Georgia. You mentioned the Alabama game, just smacked LSU. Probably the most unexpected result of the weekend, Tommy.
I'm going to tell you, when Alabama is playing well, they're as good as anybody in the country. I mean, they're as good as anybody out there. So it's just which Alabama do you get? Milroe is he still running? Is he still scoring touchdowns? He ran, what did 188 yards or what, 100, almost 200 yards he ran for by himself.
The issue for Brian Kelly and LSU is not that offense most of the time, even though they were not clicking this weekend. But now with 3 losses, they're eliminated from the college football playoff with losses to Texas A&M, Alabama, and Southern Cal. It's that defense. And I know that defense really stymied you in Fayetteville earlier this year, but that is going to be an issue for Blake Baker and who they pulled from Missouri, as they just don't have the same talent that they're used to having on that side of the ball, Big C.
And I think had Talon been 100%, we could have posed some problems with him too, because it's night and day on defense. When there's a mobile quarterback who can run the ball, I mean, you saw it twice, A&M that second half, and then Alabama. There's just no answers for them.
Texas right now, Tommy, ranked number 3 in the AP poll. The college football playoff rankings will come out tomorrow night. I think it's sandwiched in between 2 pretty good college basketball games. I have not been to Dixon yet this week, but I know the late Andrew Hall used to post on the First Baptist Church sign, football is only a game, eternal things are spiritual, nevertheless, beat Texas. It's hard to, we've got to now wrap our minds around with the crazy college football weekend and stuff. It's now, and I'd say it's not hard to, but now your focus, not that you're not curious to see what happens against Troy on Wednesday night, but your focus, I think, really 100% shifts back to Arkansas football this week.
Yeah, it is Texas week. So, 11 a.m. game. I still think you're going to see a nearly full stadium, despite the record, despite the last two of the last 3 games and the kind of the domination of LSU and what we saw against Ole Miss. I still think you're going to have a big crowd, because even if guys are going to the woods, even if guys are not going to go to the game, I think there's still plenty of people that want those tickets out there.
Let me ask you something about that. If you're an Arkansas fan and you have a ticket to this game, but you're also an avid deer hunter, what is the selling point that you don't go to the woods and go to the game?
Did you get a good one this first weekend?
Okay,
did you kill the buck you've been tracking the first weekend or before the game? And so that's probably. But if you've seen that, you hadn't got a shot at it, or you've seen it on your game camera, you're probably going to the deer woods.
Yeah,
and I don't blame you.
And I had a friend that sent his deer in this weekend, a buck. I couldn't tell you the point, but I wonder for those that, like you said, didn't get the first weekend, if they're contemplating, you know what, I'm going to stay in the woods rather than go to this game because I can always listen to Chuck and Quinn on the radio.
I'll be at the game this weekend because this is one you don't want to miss. Hey, if you're a purchasing agent, mill manager, maintenance manager, industrial electrician, there's a place you need to know about that's the nation's largest industrial power transmission and has the biggest inventory, and they're right here in our own backyard. It's true. In Stock Parts has a distribution warehouse in Fort Smith that's packed full of gear reducers, shaft couplings, electric motors, starters, variable frequency drives. They've also got bearings, belts, chains, and more. So if you're in charge of keeping the plant running, you're in charge of keeping the equipment running, and you need to know that there's a place that's got the things you need when something goes down, they've got it at In Stock Parts. They also offer in-house gearbox repair. In Stock is located on Highway 45, right across from the cold storage. So stop by or check them out at InStockParts.com. That's InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource. If they don't have it, they'll find it for you.
So we're 50 minutes into the Morning Rush here on Hot Take Monday, and we have not talked about the fiasco that is the Dallas Cowboys. 34-6, an interdivision loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jerry's angry. CeeDee's angry. Doesn't sound like that Dak Prescott is going to play the rest of the season with, hamstring surgery. Big C, your thoughts?
I'm done. I mean, there's nothing to be excited about. Like you said, Dak's out for the rest of the year. He's definitely better than Cooper Rush. I don't care what people say. But, I mean, Micah Parsons was kind of a bright spot yesterday. I mean, there was a few plays he made, but overall the offense has got a lot of issues. And, I didn't see that Mingo guy, whoever they got for at wide receiver. I didn't see him do anything. It's just not good right now, and there's really nothing. It's really not worth getting mad at this point because they're just a wounded. There's nothing to salvage.
Think about the two most polarizing and most popular NFL teams in our state: the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. From a fan standpoint, the trajectories, Tommy, of how different those are looking right now. Where one's going to the cellar and one continues to rise despite winning the last two Super Bowls. They continue to go that way.
But you're gonna have a great spot in the first round of the draft. So you got that to hang your hat on. You're going to have maybe a top 10, top 12 draft status this next year.
They'll get an offensive lineman instead of a quarterback.
They need something on that. And listen, as a friend of many Dallas Cowboy fans, the state of them right now, coupled with some of the Arkansas games have concluded this season, has been tough to stomach both. It's one thing to have to put up with Arkansas every once in a while, which is a task in itself. But if you're a Dallas Cowboy and an Arkansas fan, it is really, really difficult. I think Clay has rejoined us. Clay, you back, buddy?
Yeah, got a bad power cord. I'm sorry.
You
have to jiggle it, man. I don't know. I've got it jiggled just right now.
Sometimes you got to do that. Hey, about 20 seconds here. Thoughts on the Arkansas-Texas week and what's ahead these next 5 days?
Yeah, Texas is the better team, but strange things happen in these rivalry games. So I'm excited to see it play out.
All right, we'll talk to you Friday at 10 a.m. I think we lost Clay again. All right.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well,
look forward to it Friday. Right. I look forward to Friday.
Okay, we'll see you Friday.
Yes.
Hot Take Mondays brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands, the best prices, always a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Arkansas. Are you feeling lucky? Because the Lotto jackpot is seriously over $4 million right now. A jackpot this high won't last long. And this one is only one in Arkansas. Some lucky player could be buying the winning ticket right now. Play twice a week for your chance at a life-changing jackpot. Tickets start at only $2. Don't miss Lotto. Only in Arkansas. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Get the best deals of the year on select New Holland tractors and hay equipment right now at WT Equipment during New Holland's year-end value bonanza. Get the biggest savings with cash back plus 0% interest, $0 down, and zero due until 2025. Don't miss your chance to harvest our best deals on New Holland's best equipment during value bonanza now at WT Equipment. Offer ends December 31st or while supplies last. For commercial use only. Subject to credit approval and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782.
Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
It's fall cleanup time at Gray Brothers Equipment. From the large M7 Series cab Kubotas to the L2502, the best-selling compact tractor in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Gray Brothers and Kubota will make your fall cleanup a breeze. With great pricing and interest rates as low as 0% for 84 months, they're making fall cleanup enjoyable again at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon. Now through 12/31/2024, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
The long wait is almost over, Waldron. Wave Rural Connect will be opening the Waldron Zone for orders November the 18th. If you registered before the 18th, you still need to put in your product order when Waldron opens. Amazing fiber internet and phone, all from a local provider in Ozark, Arkansas, is coming to Waldron. Pre-register online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a bounty of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon in the middle to upper 60s. Clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, and overnight low will drop down into the low 40s. Tuesday, sunny skies. A high will be in the low 60s north, upper 60s south. And then Wednesday, a chance of a few showers, highs near 70. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
35-yard attempt from the far hash. Dixon, the punter, will hold. Lux waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Lux is kicking. It's blocked. It's blocked. They're going to stay undefeated. The Kansas City Chiefs blocked a 35-yard field goal attempt. Kansas City wins this game on a blocked field goal.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson
I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly.
and Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, Cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those. Oh.
Man, kickers were a big subject of the NFL this week, and obviously Denver's kicker not able to get it over the Kansas City defense. Jake Bates gets it done last night. And we also got a text from Arky in Northwest Arkansas. I'm not familiar with this story, Tommy, but apparently John Parker Romo, who spent his, I think, freshman year at UCA, replaced Will Reichard and went 4 for 4 on Sunday. And he lives in Fayetteville, and he's Colton's brother-in-law, like our Colton. Like the Colton that's
like
10 yards
Colt
from
45.
us. Yes.
Right.
He had said that. He told me that Colton last week told me that he was heading up there after Reichard, again, was dealing with that and gets injured, and then, sure enough, goes 4 for 4.
Wow.
So congratulations.
Wow. Hot Take Monday and happy Veterans Day from our friends at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The lifetime warranty, I think that's a big deal. Every new RV they sell at Wheels comes with a lifetime warranty so you can camp with confidence, never worried about things that, when they go wrong. What's the solution? How do I get it repaired? What's it going to cost? Wheels RV takes care of all of that for you with a lifetime warranty. Happy Veterans Day from Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
So Arkansas and Texas, 11 o'clock on ABC this Saturday. Have you got your sign up yet? Do you have any signage outside of your house, your place of business, if you're an owner, whatever the case may be? I think one of the interesting things about Texas coming into the league as of the beginning of this past July is the hatred of the Longhorns has spread. Those who knew about them from the Southwest Conference days, of course, Arkansas fans that have learned about their various ways over the course of their years. Tommy, I think as we look across the SEC, fan bases that are not as familiar with how Texas demonstrates and orchestrates itself as a fan base and as a college has not helped their case at all in terms of a pride standpoint. It's made things worse now, and it's infected the Southeastern Conference.
Well, but you need villains. Good stories can't be told with all great guys. You need villains. I mean, why is wrestling so popular? WWE and all that stuff. Because there's the good guys and the bad guys. Go back to the old days of cowboys and Indians, black hats, white hats. All these. That's how you tell any good story. You got to have a villain.
Cal is
and for most, Texas is a villain.
Cal is a villain to a lot of college basketball fans. Now, he's our villain nowadays with him residing in Fayetteville, but that's part of it. You think about Tony Vitello for Tennessee. He's part of a villain. Now, the school itself, Texas, is more of that. I don't know if you hone in on a particular player. I don't know if I necessarily qualify Steve Sarkisian as that. But that's what you have this week. It did not go well the last time that they came into Fayetteville. Sark was the head coach then. They're a completely different ball club now, not just on the line of scrimmage. They're skill position players. This is going to be one of the tallest tasks you face all season. Now, you've had a top 5 team come in this year, and the Tennessee Volunteers didn't go well for them either. Arkansas's defense is going to have to play out of its mind this week, unlike the previous 3 performances, if they have any shot in this game.
And this, well, as much as we talk about Ole Miss and the power they had on the defensive side and their defensive line, when you start doing the statistical look at Texas defense, they're right there with Ole Miss as far as numbers. Now, does Texas have a great win on the schedule so far?
They do not have a win versus a current AP top 25 team.
So, I mean, Ole Miss, what they did is holding up, and obviously we saw last week or this past Saturday exactly their potential. I don't want to say Texas is more beatable. I just think they're just a little less proven at this point. And, but they're the better football team, and that's one reason they're favored by nearly 17 points.
Think about the SEC right now with Texas and Tennessee both at 8-1, Bama at 7-2, Ole Miss at 8-2, and then Georgia and Texas A&M at 7-2 the rest of the season. It's not just who they play down the stretch, but Tennessee has the worst loss of them all. Unfortunately, it is against your Arkansas Razorbacks from how metrics look at the situation, but Texas really doesn't have a consequential win on their schedule. Not that Arkansas would necessarily be that in the eyes of many, and I know that we shouldn't hold on to the idea of playing spoiler or anything this Saturday, and that's not the only thing you're playing for. You're playing for bowl eligibility. You win this game, you're of course eligible for a bowl game and whatnot, but you could be the team that prevents Texas from making it to the SEC championship game, and Texas A&M could really put the nail in the coffin at the end of the season.
All right, so with three one-loss teams, tell me the last 2. Vanderbilt's one of them. Who's Tennessee's other game?
Down the stretch?
Yes.
Georgia and UTEP are the SEC. They play Georgia and Athens this Saturday.
So they got to play Georgia. A&M and Texas are going to play each other. So I'm just looking at the one-loss teams right now.
Okay.
Tennessee, A&M, and Texas. One of them is going to eliminate the other in the A&M Texas game. Will we have 2 one-loss teams in there? I mean, well, if you have 2 one-loss teams, it's simple about who goes. My question is how much. I'm trying to decipher how much chaos we're going to have, because if Tennessee loses to Georgia, their 2 losses, you're going to only have potentially and likely one one-loss team in this league.
I anticipate Tennessee losing this weekend in Athens. I think Georgia bounces back. I think Texas will fall down the stretch to Texas A&M at the end of the season. Bama has, with their setup, beating LSU. I don't anticipate them losing to Oklahoma, Norman, or Auburn in Tuscaloosa. And
that put them 6-2.
I think that, Tommy, there's a very likely scenario that you could have 6 teams that are have 2 conference losses.
But if A&M wins out and Tennessee wins out, or Texas wins out, I mean, it makes it clean if 2 of those 3 win out, and there's no real hand wringing over the tie-breaking process on who maybe the second team in the conference championship game will be.
And how that's
so I'm rooting obviously for chaos,
and as you should. With Arkansas not in contention or discussion, you should be cheering for that down the stretch. 877-377-6963. Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV. One of the other hot takes I have, we played the Mitch Holthus Kansas City highlight. This is going to sound, I don't know, stupid. It's not going to make sense. I think the more, even with gaining home field eligibility or not home field eligibility, home field advantage, the more that Kansas City wins, I think the last thing that Andy Reid wants is for them to be the New England Patriots of years ago, where that team went undefeated all the way up to the Super Bowl and lost Eli Manning and the Giants. Kansas City is better off losing than winning out the rest of the regular season. I truly believe that. I think that they are better off dropping at least one regular season game. Now, you want home field advantage. You want the AFC to go through Arrowhead if you're a Kansas City fan. But if you're a Kansas City fan and you want to achieve something that's never been done before in the National Football League, you do not want your team to win out the regular season.
So what's maybe the most elusive thing in sports right now? It might be the undefeated season. You know, the Dolphins still lighting them cigars when the last team that got the O and it goes. That might be as elusive as anything in sports right now. Hey, if your home is your biggest asset, we know it is, and you want to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you really should call our friend Buzz Sawyer at Sawyer's Sunrooms. They've been part of our community for more than 30 years. Buzz does the Northside games. If you watch Grizzly TV, you see Buzz on there. They're been around since 1990, so very local, very involved in the community. Sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, and they're going to be here for years and years to come. Lifetime products, lifetime warranties. They do commercial and residential. Go to Sawyers-Sunrooms.com or stop in at 8605 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith, or again, Sawyers-Sunrooms.com.
SEC update next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
They lob it low, and Brazil throws it down.
This is the Morning Rush.
Lord, I'm thinking by the look on my face.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Great to be on here with you guys. I think you guys do awesome work, and I really enjoy listening to you.
The first thing people notice when they drive up to your home or walk in any room of your house is the color. And if you're looking for the perfect color and the perfect paint, you'll find it at the paint
On
store.
ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and HitThatLine.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot.
It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill.
So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas.
Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote. Get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
All right, Weston Harrison with the scenario that he sees playing out the rest of the season. Georgia beats Tennessee. Arkansas beats Texas. Then Texas beats Texas A&M.
That would be chaos because then you'd have a bunch of 2-loss teams. Then Bama comes back into the equation, as you mentioned, with 2 very likely wins for them. So, yeah, I mean, that would be awesome if you had about 5 teams at 6-2.
Pull out those SEC tiebreaker scenarios, Greg Sankey, because you might need to use them this year. Ole Miss gets a big victory against Georgia this weekend. More on the defensive side, but Jackson Dart continuing to find guys on the outside.
They need the 4-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6. Dart. Wells. Touchdown. Just Wells.
28-10, the final. Ole Miss has their rest of the season with a bye this week. Florida and Mississippi State to conclude their season. Probably, Tommy, going to end at 10-2 on the year, which I think a lot of people expected them to be around that mark. Hadn't played a ton of talented teams in the SEC, but the one they needed to win, they did so on Saturday and bought Hemingway Stadium.
Yeah, and they don't know how to rush the field very well. They couldn't get the goalpost out of the stadium. So, I mean, a lot of issues still in Oxford with figuring this out, but they're having the best season in 50 years probably.
Speaking of issues, something happened on Auburn's basketball flight to Houston.
Ooh.
Sir, 681, would like to return back to Auburn if that's at all possible.
Quality 681, saying you don't want to go to Montgomery anymore, you want to go to Auburn?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Quality 681, say the reason for the change.
Well, that's where they came out of, and the fight is being contained. We've talked to the coach, and then there's a nurse on board. We've talked to them, so that's where the captain wants to go. Yes, sir. Is there any way you could coordinate with Auburn to have a sheriff or police there?
Quality 681, just confirm that the situation is secured.
Situation is secured and contained for the moment, sir.
I don't think many people expected Auburn basketball to win after that made its way to social media against one of the better teams, but they did, 74-69 over Houston, the number 4 team in the country.
These are the reasons that you don't go heavy on some of these early season basketball games if you got your betting app out, because I'd have bet the farm the other way after that. So, and I'd have been wrong. Wrong.
1,000%. I don't think anyone expected.
But how embarrassing though for their program, for Bruce Pearl, for the players, the families involved. I mean, and the fact that the audio gets out that from the cockpit back to the control tower, all of that. I mean, that just that is such a bad look. Remember, Mississippi State had a deal. I don't know, it was like 8 or 10 years. Rick Stansbury was still the coach. They had players get into a fight in the stands over some nachos. One of them had went to the concession stand or whatever, got some nachos, and I don't know, someone dipped in and got one or what. They had a fist fight between teammates in the stands waiting for the next game.
Would you go to blows over
Oh,
some
my
not? Would you go to blows over
Not
some
over
nacho?
concession stand nachos. Absolutely not.
Real ones, though. Real ones. Back to football. Missouri survives at home against Oklahoma 30-23. Drink, of course, talking.
What does this do for your football team moving forward? I know you know about your team. You know about their demeanor. What does this do for you moving forward from now?
It gives us another win, keeps us in the playoff hunt. That's right, I said it, playoff hunt. MIZ.
Thanks, Coach.
I think they'll be eliminated this weekend on the road in Columbia, South Carolina, where they're 13.5-point underdogs. But who knows? Alabama goes to LSU. Baton Rouge 42-13. It was not a happy night if you're an LSU Tiger fan. Tennessee gets a 33-14 victory over Mississippi State before they go to Athens this weekend. South Carolina crushes Vanderbilt 28-7. Another outcome that I was not expecting in Nashville, too.
No, I'm not surprised South Carolina won. I picked Vanderbilt on Friday, but surprised at the size of the win. South Carolina's rounding into form, and they're doing the things you were hoping to be doing right now as a program, and they've taken a big step forward under Beamer.
Yep, that is your SEC update, brought to you by our friends at Burton Pools and Spas.
Hey, now's the time to get that hot tub you've always wanted on your back patio or your porch to start or end your day, and de-stress for less right now with Burton Pools and Spas. They are clearing out some of their spas right now that at great prices and great low monthly payments as well. So if you've been looking, you've been thinking, you haven't acted yet, and it was 46 degrees this morning, I think low 40s in Fayetteville. So, I mean, we're getting to the point where, you can unwind and relax and start your day in your hot tub and make those muscles feel even better. Rejuvenate your body and your mind and your wallet right now. Save up to $7,000 and enjoy free local delivery, installation, and free water testing as well with Burton Pools and Spas. Treat yourself to pure relaxation with a hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. They're in Springdale, they're in Fort Smith, they're in Greenland, and they're online at burtonpools.com.
Adu Thero had a really good game in Dallas, Texas. He was on once again.
Back to Boogie at the foul line. Thero's open, left wing, three-pointer good.
Here's the problem. Him and Boogie Flan were the only ones in double figures for your Arkansas Razorbacks as they fell 72-67. Got a highlight from my dad. Did you see that block? Is it Edgecombe? Or how do you say that Baylor kid's name? The outstanding freshman that absolutely, Thero had a good game. He looked like he got just hung at the rim. Edgecombe, however you say his name, just blocked. But
BJ Edgecombe.
Arkansas managed 8 bench points against the Baylor Bears. What stood out to me in this game, you've now lost to Baylor 4 straight times. I know now.
Just couldn't get over the hump. They'd make a run. They'd fall down by 9 or 10. Let's see, what was the biggest lead? Biggest lead for Baylor was 11. But then they'd chip away. They'd finally hit some threes. They'd get it back to a 2-possession game. And then Baylor would make a stop. Baylor would make a play, and you never really got close enough.
Here's Cal on prepping for that zone that Baylor ran.
He'll go to that 1-1-3. He'll even go to a 1-3-1. He'll go press they used to. We all knew what they were doing. We just had one-day turnover to try to, we have our zone stuff in, but we're trying to get our man stuff in. This is a brand new team. These guys never played together. But we got organized, and they came back, and they did their thing.
You're back in Fayetteville this Wednesday to take on Troy. Then you don't play till the following Monday. So that's kind of the setup for this weekend. I was wondering if they're, without just knowing the schedule by heart, if Arkansas was playing while Texas was in town this weekend. But you get no game this weekend for the Arkansas basketball team.
Yeah, only a couple Saturday games between now and the start of conference play in Fayetteville. Hey, want to spruce up your existing home or start from the ground up? Either way, check with our friends at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They can help get you started and find out why for more than 100 years, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has helped local families just like yours make their dream homes come true. Visit myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, or stop in any of the 25 locations today for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
Outside of some bad picks, anything else happen on Friday? I know that
you
guys...
it was enjoyable. Everybody was in a good mood. We had breakfast catered in. It was awesome,
man, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
without me,
it was really, really good.
Man,
potluck here at the station. Man,
what'd you bring, Big C, to the potluck?
Wasn't that some kind of brisket deal? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a bunch of like a barbecue rub.
Yeah, it was awesome. Beef tenderloin.
All the good stuff happens when I leave. It's a shame about that. By the way,
not by accident.
Clay getting mad at me for taking a day off. I don't take week vacations because if I took a week vacation, then this place would fall apart. That's why I do that, right? I mean, you don't have to say it on there, but you know it off air.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort can help you de-stress and get away. Maybe you can go to Gaston's one night. Maybe we'll send you up there. 870-431-5202. The water's back to normal after the floods and the Buffalo River and all that. The White River's looking a lot better. Now's the time to get with one of the expert guides at Gaston's and enjoy a day on the White River and catch one of those trophy browns or rainbows you have dreamed of. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here. HitThatLine.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Child's plays. Touchdown. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and HitThatLine.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Colin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as because cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sacalin.
One beautiful cross.
ESPN 95.3.
My daddy served in the army. We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back.
All right, welcome back into the Morning Rush here on this Veterans Day. Big C, let's turn this up real quick. Listen to a couple artists growing up. My dad occasionally had to turn down the radio or turn down the speaker when a curse word would play. Not as good about doing that nowadays, but Kenny Chesney and Toby Keith, another country artist, couldn't be more opposite in the way they go about it. But this song was played over and over in the 98 Dodge Ram in the car back in the day.
Miss Toby Keith. This is, this him being here with us. So a lot of songs that, a lot of sing-along songs that he had, but that's a great one that honors all those that have served and are serving in our military.
I know you're not a fan of Oklahoma, but one of the cool things they have been doing, I think it's on rotation, but third quarter, and Arkansas should just start doing this with Arkansas by Chris Stapleton. They play a different Toby Keith song at the end of each third quarter, heading into the fourth. And I think that's cool in Norman and Gaylord Memorial Stadium.
Hey, we're brought to you by West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services. If your week has begun with a plumbing issue of any magnitude or any type, whether it's a hot water tank that's ruptured and you got water all over the utility room or the garage, got a leaky pipe, maybe you've got some kind of other a clogged drain, a grease or sewer line that's not flowing the right way, they can take care of it with West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services. They've been doing it for over 30 years. They've been around since 1993. Water, sewer, gas, and grease lines are all right in their wheelhouse at West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services. Put this number in your phone. If today's your lucky day and you don't have any plumbing issues, you never know what tomorrow might hold. 479-646-5151. That's 646-5151 for the expert plumbers at West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services.
It is Texas week. The Texas Longhorns are 16.5-point favorites heading into Fayetteville this weekend. Tommy, you're talking about the line has been around 2 touchdowns for the majority of all season. One of the things that we've had a chance to talk about with Bet Saracen app, kind of had that game. They had the LSU game and the Texas game for the majority of the year. It's shifted to 2 points. Does that sound right? Does that sound when you think about?
Well, that means that they really think on a neutral field that Texas is about a 3-touchdown favorite. Now, again, betting lines aren't always designed to predict an outcome, even though they oftentimes get very close to the final score somehow. But in the end, they were trying to get equal action on both sides, and does that attract action both ways? How many Texas fans are going to take Arkansas and lay the points? That is a lot of points. Probably not many because they believe they're going to beat everybody by 100, but the reality is that is a lot of points coming into a place that will be emotionally charged to beat your team.
Let me ask you that. I have to be honest about this. I didn't feel great before the game in 2021. I don't feel great this week. I haven't felt great for the last couple weeks with the way Arkansas has played at home. Do you still do you get that? Like you were in town this weekend and Arkansas was on bye. You were in the state. Like, is it as emotionally charged as you thought it would be before the season when it's announced? I don't get that sense. I know it's Texas. I know the beat Texas week, and I'm not trying to rain on everyone, like everyone's parade or anything. I don't get the same intensity level. I don't feel it that I felt before other Texas football games, to be honest. I could be wrong about that.
You know, I think the basketball thing was front of mind conversation throughout the weekend. I think people purposefully tuned in to see Arkansas and Baylor play. I'll tell you the other thing that was being talked about a lot this weekend, at least in the circles I was in, Yellowstone. People were planning their Sunday around watching Yellowstone last night.
So I didn't watch it. Was it good?
It was good. I mean, it
wasn't great, just good.
I'd agree with that. It was good, not great. In fact, I watched it twice. Make sure I didn't miss anything. But, it's not going to be the same without Costner. You can see this is I think the beginning to the end of the show. But anyway, the reality is, it's Texas week and people are going to get amped. If you'd beaten either one of LSU or Ole Miss, the excitement level would be more. But I think as the week goes on, it's still Arkansas, Texas, and, it will be emotionally charged.
Are we going to have a mess up like we did that week at the stadium shop? Because they are selling.
I'm not going to the stadium shops.
Okay,
I'm going to keep my mouth closed.
All right,
actually, I do got to get by there. He's got a chair for me, and I need to go by and see Robert and pick up my chair.
I'll read this. Make sure
Well, you do it.
Tuck, Texas.
Yep.
Buttons and apparel and tees are there, and Beat Texas are coming. Talking to Robert this morning. You have to say that
really
extremely
slow.
I've had my
really
one.
Right.
I've had my one mess up for 6 years. I really don't want to step in mud again. That was, what's funny is like, you take your job very seriously. I don't at all. It's just all fun and games to me. But I've never seen you more apologetic than that Friday. And I kept looking.
Trying to. I wasn't trying. I didn't lose. I was trying really hard to say it correctly, and I said it wrong.
It happens.
It was 6:05 a.m.
You're putting the onus is on me this week to say it correctly.
I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
but you can go buy the shirt. I do have the shirt.
I do have the shirt.
If my wife hasn't, she's probably hidden it in the bottom of a drawer, so my son won't wear it.
That was the same week I decided it was a good idea to pour gasoline on a current fire, and luckily I didn't get my arm blown off. I mean, I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, but that had to be near the top of the list, at least in the top 10.
Yeah. Hey, River City Coatings is there for you. Have you seen these like metal signs where they've cut out like your company logo or a Razorback or family crest or whatever? Do you have a family crest? Do you have a Richardson family crest? We do not have a Kraft family crest. Maybe we should get one and then have it cut and fabricated and all the things that they can now do at River City Coatings in Van Buren. They do laser cuttings, and then what they can do also is take that and then powder coat it for you. What are some of the other things you might think about powder coating? Well, anything metal, like patio furniture, rims, brake calipers, farm equipment, but now not just laser cutting and powder coating. Also, they do fabricating, forming, welding, and press brake forming as well at River City Coatings. So it's really your one-stop shop for everything you need for fabricating, forming, welding, and powder coating to make it last forever. 479-471-7675 is their number. 471-7675, or go to rivercitycoatings.com.
Let me ask you this real quick before we let Brian in here. Which game are you more likely to win? The Texas game, Big C, you can jump in on this too, this weekend, or the game in Columbia, Missouri? Is it odd that I think it's the game this weekend?
Texas is the better team.
No question. They're top 5. You get a chance at another top 5 opponent.
But if the best team always won, it'd be real easy, right? And they don't.
Listen, I don't feel strongly about the win this weekend, but I feel stronger about them somehow, some way pulling off an upset against the Longhorns than I do the Tigers, even though Missouri has not looked good, barely squeaked it out against Oklahoma this weekend. I don't know why I believe that. It's just kind of how I feel this morning.
I don't feel good about this weekend, but that's just me.
And I
just think their defense and their line of scrimmage is too much for Arkansas.
You pointed out real quick Brian, we will let you on, I promise. But real quick before, it's not even the fact that they lost against Ole Miss and LSU. They got dog walked. I mean, you got to have some for Landon Jackson. For a lot of this guy, like Eric Greger, a lot of guys, I know you got Louisiana Tech next weekend. Technically, that's your last, but this is your final SEC game at home in Fayetteville. Like, there ought to be a sense of pride. Like Sam Pittman always talks about, proud damn state. You're back in your home stadium. Act like it. Play like it. I personally, I don't think you're going to win on Saturday. I hope I'm wrong. But don't get obliterated at home and end the season with 3 straight colossal losses against SEC teams. Like I know Arkansas is probably going to end up bowl eligible because they'll beat the Louisiana Tech next weekend against the Bulldogs. But like, if you're a fan, like how do you reconcile with that? I mean, technically you're better than you were last year, but how do you go on the road and lose tight to a lot of these teams, and then you come back to your home stadium the following year and get rocked. Like, I can't overlook the Tennessee win because the defense played out of their minds. But if you're Travis Williams, you got to be like, look, guys, we got to get back to, I know we're playing a good quarterback in Saturday, Quinn Ewers, but we got to play better than we have the last couple weeks.
All right, so you're at the Stadium Shop Saturday morning.
Yep. Let's go.
And we'll have the
$10.
shirts. Now, Ruskin and Zach are going to be there Friday. The button shirts, all these things for the Texas game you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Is he doing the $10 rack again on Saturday?
I know Saturday. I don't know about Friday. I know Saturday. I got confirmation about that last week. So the sales rack, like Tommy Texarkana, who was in South Bend this weekend, he's a big ESPN Arkansas fan. He got a leather jacket for $10.
Wow.
There was a bunch of Razorback basketball pullovers. I don't know what Robert, Elizabeth, and Matthew are putting on the sales rack this time, but for $10,
I'm going there tomorrow.
There's not better apparel for that price in the United States than what they had a couple weekends
In fact,
ago.
Robert, I may be there today.
Yes. Don't even wait. Don't even wait.
Can I
till
get
Saturday.
to the $10 rack today? Hey, do you know who I am? Can I drop that line this week and get to the $10 rack early?
If you mention Big C, I think you'll get it a couple days early. All right, we'll see if Brian stops by and get some.
He's
some
been
apparel.
on hold for a while.
He has.
You going to Brian? Are you going to come by and see us at the Stadium Shop and get yourself a properly dressed with a Razorback pullover?
Never know. We'll have to wait and see on that. I'd like to make a comment, and I got a question for you. My first comment is I'd like to wish every veteran listening to your show a happy Veterans Day, because that is much more important than any football game I ever played. So happy Veterans to all you guys that listen.
Thank you, Brian.
That's the most important thing today.
That is the most thoughtful thing you've said on these airwaves since you started calling.
The one thing that everybody would agree with you on. So.
No pushback
I agree.
whatsoever.
I agree. But I am. I mean, we live in a country that we can all disagree on the football teams, but one thing that we agree on is our vets are the most important thing in this country.
Yep, 100%.
So, my one thing is, Tom, I'm sure you probably watched the game Saturday against Florida and how easy that game was for Texas. I mean, they started pulling their starters out in the third quarter. I mean, I hope it's a close game. I don't believe that it will be. I don't believe that Arkansas's defensive backs are going to cover Texas receivers. I mean, they're too fast. Isaiah Bond has just got lightning speed. What do you guys think? Do you think there's any real deal to this? I mean, I think Texas wins easily by 21.
I'm curious about the health status, and that was, again, that was more of a question than just a berated rant, so we appreciate that. I'm wondering about Quinn Ewers, and I know the offense scored 49 against Florida. Florida didn't have a great defense. I know they played good against Georgia a couple weeks ago, but we found out that Carson Beck sucks. He's not any good. So, like, if Quinn Ewers, who's dealing with that abdominal issue, like, if he can't throw the ball deep and Arkansas is able to, again, at least have that advantage where he's not fully, like, do they eventually go to Arch? Or they stick in Quinn Ewers the whole time? They've got playmakers everywhere. It's going to be painful if we see Ryan Wingo score a touchdown on Saturday, Ronnie's little brother, who's an outstanding freshman wide receiver. Bond's the kid from Alabama that transferred over. He's really good. They've got another kid whose name is, I'm blanking on it this very second, but they got playmakers a lot of different places. But I think I'm wondering about Quinn's health status, which has been up and down for the majority of the season and could maybe at least make this game closer than a lot of people think. But pundits have been wrong before, and they could be wrong again heading into this game.
B.E. in Clarksville, Tuck Bryan. So I don't know that they'll have that shirt, but that was maybe the most thoughtful, least controversial, less pot-stirring call that Brian's ever made.
He did bring up Florida. Tommy, we brought this up a little bit earlier. Is this going to be the first year since Arkansas has joined the league? I have to go back and double check, but I'm just going to guess that a coach has been fired every year since Arkansas has been in the league in 92. Is this going to be the first year that we don't have a coach fired? I would have bet
Arkansas was the first to start that. They fired one real early in the SEC run.
I would have bet my house that Florida would have fired Billy Napier this year.
Can't afford
it. Scott, and that's, you've been on the money, on the button about that all season, about the idea of, with the revenue changes and everything that's happening, they can't, like, you can't afford it. And
contracts are going to have to change.
Even programs with winning cultures who usually put everything into football, football's king, are making decisions solely on the finances now.
I've noticed. Now fans, unless you have a mega donor like you did at A&M that said, "Oh, we don't want Jimbo. We'll just donate you." What was it, $165 million or whatever they cashed there at halftime? Some absurd fortune. It's like getting a Powerball ticket cashed or something. But unless you have that as a benefactor to your program, you're going to have to live with these things. And now we're moving into a time and an era where the money just doesn't fall from trees. I mean, college athletics at the big time level has just had remember your mom would say, "Hey, I don't have a money tree out in the backyard," when you'd want something.
Yeah.
Well, they've had a money tree out in the backyard for 20 years. Well, now ADs are going to have to be like actual business people. We've given them way too much credit for their business acumen as a whole. And I'm not pointing out an Arkansas AD. I'm just saying, as a whole, administrators in college sports it's been funny money. Now they're going to actually have to count the nickels and dimes, watch what they do, and financially just ousting a coach. These contracts will change moving forward. Things, that's going to be the interesting next rub is what are the terms of these contracts and the buyouts moving forward in this new era?
I don't know.
Do salaries go down in general? You think they stay the same?
They probably stay the same, but they don't escalate the way they have. But remember when Nick Saban came into this league, or came back into this league, I should say, from Miami to Alabama, and they paid him $4 million, and people said, "My God, where are we going with this?" And the unbelievable reaction. Arkansas at that point, I think Nutt was making just under $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And now we're paying coordinators $2 million.
Yeah.
And head coaches are all north of $4 million. And I assume Clark Lee makes north of that. If not, he will soon, because he's the only one we don't know. But yeah, I think they have to stay about where we're at, because I don't think there's room for escalation.
This is a YouTube text from 360. I don't know if this is entirely accurate, but I'm going to read it anyway. Napier's buyout is $24 million this year. Florida.
I mean, they're not going to fire him. There's too much uncertainty. If I'm the AD and we haven't yet gotten to revenue sharing, and we don't even have I don't think the judge and all that has completely 100% signed off on everything, right? They're still buttoning up details.
Yeah.
So how could I make a decision and commit my foundation and my university to a $24 million buyout? Now I've also got to go buy out another coach's contract that I think is better. And I've got all this uncertainty that I've got an idea of the framework, but not really what it's truly going to cost me. I'm not making any big financial moves. So I don't think you're going to see any big firings with big buyouts anytime soon.
Speaking of finances, I wonder, I don't think I got a sense of Arkansas basketball fans this weekend, but you did fall in Dallas, Texas, 72-67 against my dad's Baylor Bears, which now we owe in barbecue. By the way, are Wade and Morgan doing the turkey? I've been in task of the turkey this year. Are they doing
smoked turkeys?
Yes.
Yes, you better get it ordered early, though.
Okay.
Last year, they had to shut down at Arts Barbecue. They had to shut down the Thanksgiving reservations early.
My
you going fried or smoked?
I don't know.
Or just roasted?
Ask one of them. I've been charged to figure that out. So I
got
a text from.
Don't ask. Just show up with a smoked turkey.
The middle sister, and that was what I picked and selected to do. And hopefully I don't screw it up, because that is the biggest.
Well, how are you going to mess it up? You just call Arts Barbecue. They get you a turkey.
Well, I don't.
You pick it up.
Do you cook? Is it cooked, or you cook it? Again, these are things I don't know the answers to. It's okay, Wade, and we're going to help me out. You're good.
That's why you call Arts. If you just needed a turkey, you'd go to the grocery store and buy you a turkey, right?
Okay, so it's already cooked.
Did you get a grill? Yes,
it's still
cooked.
not
That's
done.
why you call Arts.
It's still not done.
They get you the turkey.
I was kind of hoping.
They smoke it, fry it, or roast it. I would do the smoke.
Zach did the
Just
show.
don't even think about it. Just do smoked turkey, and you'll be a hero.
Zach did the show from my house on Friday, and I was kind of half hoping that he would finish the grill, which I was on like step like 56 or 57 of like 60-something. But
Zach did the show at your house instead of the studio?
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
So he likes the house, man. So I don't know if he did in the pool house or what, but the grill is still not finished. It needs to get finished, but it's still not finished.
Why don't you get your toolbox out and finish?
Oh, it's sitting out there. It's just it's one of the 30 some odd tasks I need to figure out. Either way, all right. Past the turkey stuff.
Yep.
Have you gotten your Thanksgiving text yet? Like what you're required
Me and my father-in-law had that conversation, and he just took charge.
Okay, good.
And which I was grateful for. Gave my wife her mark because he said, well, let's do this, this, and this. And I said, well, could you call your daughter and tell her that? And he goes, be happy to,
He's laying down the law.
She can't tell him no.
Nope, she can't
gladly tell me no
in that situation or whatever.
So we're having Thanksgiving at my house this year.
Back to the game of Dallas. The point I was making before I got sidetracked and started talking about food was I didn't see huge pushback from the loss from Arkansas fans following that game. I did, but Rob Doster, Field of 68, he had this opinion after the game.
My concern is that it's I don't know why I talked myself into this idea that John Calipari was going to do something different when we've been asking him to do something different the last 6 seasons at Kentucky. And I was like, well, he's got this new job. He's going to be reinvigorated. He's going to do different things. And it's the same thing. It's the same issues with ball screen defense that we've seen over and over and over again. There was like a 5-minute stretch in the second half where all Baylor did was run high ball screens with Jeremy Roach and Norchad and just put a shooter in the corner because Arkansas had no idea how to defend it.
It's November the 9th. And I realize today is Hot Take Monday. But Tommy, it was November the 9th.
Have we had a text yet say we should fire Cal?
No, and
I'm surprised.
If this is,
I'm really shocked there isn't one idiot out there calling for his head.
If this is an issue late in conference play and they're on the brink of an NCAA tournament appearance or not, then we can have a different conversation.
But it's November 9th.
You played a guy that's played college basketball since, I think, 2021. I think Jeremy was a freshman on that Duke team that you lost to. He's been around and he carved you up a good chunk of that game. And you're going up against a national champ winning coach in Scott Drew, who, while Arkansas may have had the fan advantage inside of Dallas, they're closer to home than you are. So I wouldn't make too much issue like Rob did, but apparently that was his take this weekend.
Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, it's not too late to still enjoy the rest of college football. The NFL season's really just now heating up really good. And you've got the NBA, college basketball all getting underway as well. If you're a new customer with the Oaklawn Sports app, you can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. It's really simple. Make your first deposit, which is easy with your debit or credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH, on-site cash. So setting up your accounts, no problem. And you receive a second chance on your first bet each of the first 10 days up to $100. So check out all the details at the Oaklawn Sports app. Do that now. Bet with a brand you trust. Anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
So I got a couple things I got to do today. I've got to watch Yellowstone. You brought that up earlier. Now, we did get a text from Hog Wild saying that Yellowstone is the biggest poser show on television.
Then why is it the most popular show on television?
Like you said, Costner not being a part of the final.
I'm worried about the future, but
episodes.
I mean, they're still good characters. I don't know what the storylines are going to be like without him, but
yeah, you got an Arkansan and Wes Bentley from I think Glenwood area.
He's a villain. Well, I think he's from the Jonesboro area.
Jonesboro area,
yeah.
Okay.
Plays Jamie on that show. So,
that is on the docket today for me to watch that, and I've also getting a haircut.
Yeah, I saw Doe the other day. He said you were coming in.
I'm coming in. So
crew cut. Crew cut for you.
Was it Curly and Moe, or which is the one of the Three Stooges that I'm not going to do that, but
I
am
fit right in with the Three Stooges.
I
that's
would.
For sure.
I do every single day. There's no question about that.
Hot Take Monday every Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands at the best prices, and always a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. So stop in and see Lee J and Chris and the team on a Hot Take Monday. Happy Veterans Day from Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Detroit Lions are hot following a 26-23 victory over the Houston Texans. Here is Dan Campbell on former Razorback Jake Bates after the game.
Thursday at the end of practice, we did an end-of-game situation live, offense versus defense, and we were at the minus 46 seconds left, one timeout for the win. So Golf hit Saint and got it to the plus 43. And, there we are, 1 second left after the timeout, and rolled him out there, and he nailed it. And this was outside, slight wind in his face. And so, man, you could just feel the team as well as all of us. There's just a confidence and, okay, man, that was big. So it was the first thing I thought of when we got there, and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about, you go for this. You and I just felt good about it. I just felt like he was going to make it.
And Jake Bates delivered. Not only did he kick a big field goal in the fourth quarter, but also what ended up being the game winner against Houston. You got two guys, again, kicking out of 32 NFL teams. Pretty cool to see two Razorbacks in that position. By the way, did you on Saturday, did you get a chance to see that Kurt Herbstreit tribute?
Yeah, that was touching. And I'm not the dog person. A lot of people are, but I think that touched a lot of people.
Yeah. College Game Day is pretty solid, man. That was
I think it's the best it's ever been right now.
We're trying to get hype for this Notre Dame and Florida State game, and then we get like kind of emotional when we watch that tribute of Ben, who passed away. All right, halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones coming up next. This has been the Morning Rush here on a Hot Take Monday.
Selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products.